Hello, hello. Welcome to today's messages. I'm going to tune in to the energies of the day. Yes. I love it. And I love you. Thanks for being here. Let's see what messages come up for us today. What are we? Where are we? Why are we? How are we? When are we? Where'd it go? Oh man. My sponge! 1 second. 1 second as I retrace my steps back to where I brought it. Yes, and that's exactly it. Retracing steps to remind ourselves where we've been. Yes, okay. Let's see what the Arcturians have for us. What is this one? Is this one duality? Or it is duality. Okay, memory. Balancing of all of the things. The energy of duality helps you make peace with your inner duality. It helps you live in balance, oneness, and harmony, so you can continue on your path to a cosmic consciousness. It helps you discover life through enjoyment and play. Yay! Yes. Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you feel it? Okay. Yes. Beautiful. If you are an introvert person because you think nobody will ever understand you, you will never be understood. The spiritual path, whatever that may be, is often seen as a lonely path. Is this right? Don't we cause that feeling ourselves? On the spiritual path, you sometimes experience things that are unbelievable. Based on these experiences, you face an outside world in which people around you may classify you in terms of where they think you belong. That's how it works energetically. As a result, you may tell your stories with diffidence. But if you are able to overcome your hesitancy, you will notice that other people might connect with your stories, which you thought would be impossible. You will actually meet people who share the same stories and ideas, and you will see that you are not alone. On the other hand, sometimes people won't want to know anything about your experiences. Let them be, for they deserve your respect just as much as you deserve theirs. Okay. You are for some and you are not for some, and it's none of your business either way. Okay. What have we got? Okay. So, release, right? And this is like the shadow, the sharp sting that jolts us awake, right? This is the magical moment where you're like, I must change. I'm alive, right? Think of that blue lightning. And then your transformation process, turning into the butterfly, through the cocoon phase, through that release. Maybe this is the lightning that breathes life into the butterfly after it goes through its process, right? Wherever we're at in our process. And then Jera, rewards for all your hard work, okay? All the things that you have done to grow, to change, to transform, all your releasing, all your dedication. Okay. coming to a point of bloom, right? Like the honeybee works day and night to do what it needs to do, and over time, eventually, there's honey. And that's a beautiful thing. Just getting like working in the summer tirelessly so that you have lots of honey for the winter. What was that ant story? The ant and the grasshopper. The ant worked tirelessly, stocking up for the winter, and the grasshopper just played his fiddle. And the ant kept being like, "Come on, man, you gotta prepare for the winter." And he's like, "Nah, it's good, I'm fine. There's lots of time." And then winter came. I actually don't remember the story, what happened. The poor grasshopper died because he didn't do work for food for the winter. I don't know. Maybe the ant was like, "Well, I worked enough for both of us, so come on in." And the grasshopper learned that if you just have fun and enjoy yourself, someone else will take care of you. I don't know what the story is, actually. We'll have to look it up and see. Okay. So let's just get into the tarot portion of this reading of the messages. So with duality and this sort of tower moment, this thing that wakes you up and says things need to change, and then your transformation process and all that goes into that, and then the harvest time, the harvest season, reaping the rewards, seeing the fruits of your labor. Yes. Okay. So let's start with the card from the tarot. This is the world you actively engage in to create for yourself. That's exactly it. We have these tarot moments where we're like, that's enough. I'm done with this. You know, you suddenly wake up and you're like, wow, everybody in my life is content with things the way they are right now. They could just live the rest of their life exactly how things are right now. And you're like, this is not my end game. This is not my end game. This is not what I want. This is not where we just content to be. No! Lightning, smack, thorn, stab, whatever it is, smack on the face. Things have to change, transform. I am taking charge of the kind of world, the kind of life. That's what it comes down to, right? When I say creating the world you want to live in, well, this is the life that you want to have, right? The world you want to live in starts with your attention and your intention and your mindful creation. Okay. And as you have learned through the process, there is a certain degree of faith that is necessary, that is involved, right? It's about planting the seeds and trusting that those seeds under the surface are growing, are germinating, roots are coiling out, it's plotting its survival, its course, its epic reveal. And with the beautiful harmonics from the angels who are like, yes, yes, we do, we support you creating this beautiful world because they see your divine blueprint. They see your divine potential. They see the soul plan. They're like, absolutely, this where you were at, where you went, what is not all you are meant to experience, to be. So, yay, you're transforming, right? And so they are breathing their blessings into every action that you take in this creation of your world and your faith. Oh, okay. Sorry. Somebody's got their sights set on love, okay? And that is beautiful. Some of us, that's the kind of world that we are trying to create, one where we co-create with the universe, with our higher self, with our intuition, with someone else, right? This journey of recognition. Where am I? What's going on? This is not what I want for my, this is not what I'm choosing for me. This is not my end game. Right? And then your transformation process. It's a very solo journey, right? You got to go within, you got to test, you got to check, you got to feel, you got to know, you got to balance your light and your shadow, your masculine, your feminine, your all of your things, your dichotomies, your dualities, right? And you have to trust in the faith. And this hard work, bringing beautiful results, right? Well, this love, this internal balance, this beautiful heart space resonance, this keeping your eye on the vision, this vision that you hold for yourself, where you want to be, where you want to get to, how that looks. That's a beautiful thing. That's what it takes, right? Dedication. Yeah, you're like, I want love. I want balance. I want peace. I want gorgeousness. And damned if I stop until I get it. Right? That's that King of Wands energy. Passionate, focus, driven, eye on the prize. Let's get there. Kind of can do, making it happen. Action. With the many boundaries, okay, around your sacred spaces, around your going in time to replug. I want to say plug in to your center, to grounding in, right? We've got the Earth Queen here. She's very grounded. She's very centered. She is very stable in her environment, okay? And so this is part of that duality. There's a time to get out there, to be out there, to engage, and there's a time to withdraw and empower, right? And this is another aspect of your dualisticness, right? There is a beautiful balance between the being and the doing, which is another aspect of the masculine and feminine, right? And knowing when to do it and when not to do it, and having some boundaries around those, that, them, thus. Okay. Okay. Yes, it's a kind of a rainy day today, and I was so cozy in my bed. Of course, I was dreaming beautiful, lovely dreams. Okay. So we are leaving all of the struggle and the strife and the things that hold us back. We're leaving that behind. We're just like, okay, been there, done that. That's the old world. We can see it clearly now, right? Before they were kind of intertwined, and so we're catching glimpses of this new, but still seeing those olds. And this is part of that rewiring ourselves. You know, we are transitioning, is part of that transitioning phase. It's kind of like the moment the butterfly steps out of the cocoon, it still has some lingering caterpillarness, right? Which is why it's still bound to the branch. It's still processing what just happened. Where am I going? What am I doing? What are these? Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's really weird. When I'm walking, I'm only taking a few steps versus like out of my feet, right? Okay. But now that's where I was going. Now you are the overlap, the split is far enough away that you can easily discern. Now you're like, aha, there are the old ways. This is the new way, right? Here are my wings. There's the old cocoon. Aha, transformation happened. I am different. Something's different, right? And that is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. It's also kind of the equivalent of when you hermit, when you pull, when you go in, you create a safe environment for your beingness to be. And then you can feel, okay, this is what I feel like, right? And oh, what's this thing that's in here? Let me deal with this. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's a piece of me. Let's stick that back in there or whatever, right? And then when you go out, your field interacts with other people's fields, and we pick up lint and dust. It just happens, right? From other people's stuff. We're more able to be like, oh, what's this? Oh, that's not mine. That's something that I picked up while I was out and about, right? This is why it's important to have this the boundaries around your recentering time, so that you keep touching base. Is it touching base? You keep going back in and re-energizing, cleansing. I think the longer we spend out there with other people's stuff swirling around us, eventually the stuff that stays in there long enough starts to feel more like our stuff, right? Because we create an energetic resonance with it, because it's been in our field for long enough that we're like, is it mine? I don't know. It's hard to tell, right? So if you keep going back in and recentering and reconnecting and tapping back into what's yours, it's almost like you highlight those things that aren't yours and are more easily able to release them. Okay. There's some of that information. Okay, and this is the new you, okay? The old you. And I love these two cards coming back to back, because I always feel like this guy here is this guy just before, right? This is a 10. So it's the end of all the cycles. He's only got these last couple little lingering things that are kind of pinning him down, but really they're just tacking around the wrist, right? So if you pull this way, you can't, but if you can move out, if you just allow it, right? So this is the new you. Now that you're free, now that you've freed yourself, is what it is, right? Now that you've recognized the things that hold you back, and you're like, no more of that, and you take it out and you let it go, you're free to fly. You're free to jump. You're free to explore. And this is the beautiful freedom that is coming for you in this new world, this trust in the divine, this blind faith that is so all empowering, that challenges and obstacles and adversaries and anything that comes up against you or blocks you are just challenges for you to overcome, that empower you. You start to observe or be invigorated by the things instead of the old way, which was, oh, I've hit a block. Dang it, I can't go. I can't this. I can't that. I'm not this. I'm not that. Right now, you're like, oh, a block. Well, if maybe I can scale it. Maybe I can climb it. Maybe I can blow it up. Maybe I can walk around. Maybe I can, and if I walk around, I'll discover something else. What am I going to learn about myself, right? Totally different vibe. And one is going places. One is moving forward constantly. The other one, stuck sitting on a beach going, why? Right? That's the old way. That's the old way. Okay. What do we got? These two. Okay, interesting. Yes. So this is another aspect of the things that hold you back, your thoughts, right? I can't versus I can. Huge. Empowering versus not empowering, right? And so another 10, this is the end of the thoughts that hold you back, your own disbeliefs, your own preconceived. Well, it's amazing how much we can disempower ourselves just with our thoughts, right? I don't know how to do this thing. Right? Versus, how can I do this thing? How do people do this thing? What can be done about this thing? Well, right? This is a constant, I guess it's still thinking in a certain way, but it's like trusting that the things that are put in front of you are meant to make you stronger somehow. There's a lesson there. There's a thing to overcome. There's a part of you that needs to be discovered on how you deal with the situation. And because it came with the 9 of Cups here, this is your emotional regularity. This is your ability to control how you feel about all of the things, right? And this has a direct effect on your thoughts. When you're feeling disempowered, you're having disempowered thoughts. When you are feeling powered and regulated and centered and grounded within your heart space, within yourself, your thoughts too are very much more problem solving than victimizing, right? Okay. So let's go through one more time on this deck and see what else, if anything else, wants to join in on this reading for us today. Okay. We've got 2 things and the chariot at the bottom. Okay, so fast moving energy, the universe lining up timelines to meet you where you're at. So that's beautiful. But we've got the Queen of Wands that came down and the Hanged One. So this is giving me, well, first of all, we've got the King and Queen of Wands. We've got the divine counterparts. We've also have the wands being passionate action, okay, and the balancing of the masculine and feminine in the action space. This is the being, the queen of being. She is charismatic, authentic, in her power, in her space, being in her nest, okay, in touch with her intuition, tapped in, turned on, tuned in, and this action, the taking passionate action, the holding the vision. So this is exactly this beautiful love world that you create for yourself. One from a place of authenticity and of clear vision and passionate purpose. Okay, and the Hanged One here is the ability to see things from different perspectives, and that's exactly it. Yes, the king and queen could talk about two people coming together who balance each other out, this beautiful, reciprocating, gorgeous love fest that, and they are power couple who create a world together of gorgeous beautifulness, of possibilities, of creativity, of emotional regularity, of freedom and peace, and, the good stuff. But also, no buts unless it's a hot toddy one. Okay. Also, this what I was saying before, this balance within of your passion, of your purpose, of your beingness, and knowing when to be and when to do. Beautiful. And seeing all the things that need to be seen from all the different perspectives. Let's do it. Let's fall in love. Okay, let's get a crystal card here. And yeah, whether it's about, one or the other, you are actively creating the world. The seeds that you sow, you plant love seeds, love plants bloom, right? And your ability to receive, to nurture, to tend, and to harvest. We've got 4D, which is, it is nature, signs, animals, and earth. Okay. Down through the ages, animals have been deeply connected to the human journey. They appear in ancient cave drawings, ceremonies, and the myths of ancient cultures. Animal totems are an established method of receiving spiritual guidance. They can connect us to the rhythms of the earth and profoundly expand our conscious awareness. Selecting this card is a sign that your spirit guides are wishing to connect through animals. Animals may enter your awareness through meditation, dreams, or everyday life, and you can even draw your attention from within books and pictures. You may wish to visualize yourself walking through a forest with the intent of connecting with your spirit messengers. When an animal enters your awareness, open your thoughts and feelings to that animal. Be patient in developing this connection that will grow with use. You may wish to obtain further insights regarding animal totems by studying specific books on the topic or learning more about an earth-based spiritual tradition. This card may also be assigned to spend more time with a beloved pet. The animals close to you are wonderful examples of unconditional love, and spending time with your pet shifts your attention into the present moment. Yes, and that reminds me that I woke up briefly in the middle of the night to the sound of a mating call of the barn owl. So that was kind of gorgeous. I was like, whoo, what, where, who? And then I fell back asleep again. And then I had a beautiful dream. Yeah, there's a difference between a hug and an embrace. And let me tell you, embraces versus love. I mean, not versus love, is love. There's love in the embrace. There's love in a hug, but you can hey buddy, hug somebody, and you can embrace somebody, right? There's a difference. Okay, just had to say that. The bear has come out to play. Okay, bear. Earth energy. The bear. Waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. Beautiful. After a long winter, the bear arises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move towards the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. The initial weeks and months of this spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice, bear. Winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. What a beautiful confirmation of this process and integration of your dualistic natures, right? This, our shadows, the work that we do on our shadows isn't to disconnect or obliterate or destroy. It is to integrate, it's to heal, it's to nurture, it's to give love to, and to integrate, because it's all part. We're dualistic, right? We are light and shadow, and so it needs to be a part of us for us to be whole. The bear is also giving me this period when you're transformed from the caterpillar to the butterfly, right? There's like this slow sort of acclimation period where you're like, am I still a caterpillar? What's going on? Where am I? Oh, what? I got wings, right? And you're like, oh, they flap, and oh, when the wind picks up, something happens. And it's like this trusting your new. This is like that overlap that I was talking about, where you're glimpsing the glimmers of the new, but you're still seeing the remnants of the old. And this process of it's interesting because it's like we're talking about dualistic, but we're also talking about this separation, which I guess is its own dichotomy. Okay. So let's see what the telepathy oracle cards have to say to us. Divine unions can be intense. We've got twin flame came out. So for some, this divine union is a twin flame. If you're, oh, and let go. Beautiful. I didn't even see that one sneak out. So the intensity of true soul connections include highs and lows, moments where you're like, yes, this is happening. And is it? Is it happening? Am I crazy? Crazy for feeling. Okay, and some things are best let go and let the universe work it out in its own divine time. This is that trust. Trust that the seeds that have been planted are growing. Trust in the divine. Trust in your inner knowing and your the world that you are creating. Okay, co-creating with the divine, right? You are trusting. You're not holding fast to any particular outcome. You are remaining open because you've seen enough. Those glimmers that you have seen have been mind-blowing, these synchronistic moments that the universe keeps gifting you. And it's kind of like those are just crumbs of the potential pieces of cake that are coming towards you. And I feel like it starts with the breadcrumbs that are leading you towards the piece that lead you towards the cake. Okay, this is, I feel like, this process where you nibble a crumb and you're like, there's something delicious out there. I must move forward, right? And it required you to transform. The more crumbs you ate, the more your body started to change and transform. And you've had a piece here and there, and you're like, dang, that's good cake. And now you are heading towards the cake, okay? And for some people, the cake is a twin flame connection. The twin flames themselves contain an aspect of each other's personality. And I feel like this is why I was getting this power couple dynamic from the visionary who holds the vision and goes after what they want, and the beer in authenticity and charismatic gorgeousness. And the two of them coming together is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay, so whether it's within or without, it always starts within. So it's both, right? You have to be in this place of centered balancedness within yourself to draw in others who reflect or mirror what is within you. And your ability to let go, let things be as they are meant to be. This is the trusting in it. Trusting in it all. And to let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Okay. Yay! We've got love. Okay, so that's a beautiful confirmation of love. We love love. We love love. We've got the sparrow who is becoming one able be, to grow, to live in love, to have love, to own love, to share love, to experience love. There's the owl. Yes, the owl confirmation from spirit being like, we got you. It's on the way. You just wait, surrender to the divine and trust it, because it's going to blow your mind more than you can think it, right? You need to allow it. It's like you can plant a seed and have an expectation of how gorgeous it's going to grow or bloom, right? But the actual experience of it, there's like a surrendering. You just have to let it be what it will be, and trust that it's meant for you. It's meant to be for you. Okay, anyways. We've got the dragon. I love this, especially as part of your transformation, right? The dragon is a huge part of this. This is that integration of the shadow before the dragon is running rampant and wild and, burning down villages. And then once we recognize that the dragon is an aspect of ourselves that has been neglected, that it's been used and abused, that it's been left out in the cold, are integrating, are reestablishing a relationship with it. Now this dragon is an asset. Now this dragon is part of who we are, and it helps to burn away and release all the things that no longer serve and protect us. Okay, and they're also freaking magical. So yeah, there's that. Okay, and then we've got the ship helm wheel. I should know what this is called, but it is it's giving me the wheel turning in your favor, but also your hand at turning the wheel in your favor. This is the captain of the ships that are bringing your abundance to you, right? Your thoughts, your emotional regularity, your dedication and attention to and surrender and release and integration. This is all you steering your own ship. Beautiful. And we've got the star that's smiling. This is giving me wishes are coming true for you, better than you could have imagined. You just wished upon a star, and the star's like, hee 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 hee. I'm gonna surprise you. I'm gonna blow your freaking mind. Just wait. Okay, and then we've got this freedom and security. Okay, so this is like this bird is sitting on or in this cage here, but the bar is behind him, is not going over him. So he's not trapped by the cage. It's like having a home, a safe place to be while being free. And isn't that what it's all about, right? We want to, this is that relationship with the divine, right? Our experience aids in our ability to trust in the divine, right? Every time we surrender to the divine and it shows up for us, it, miracles happen, signs and synchronicities, beautiful, mind-blowing synchronicities happen that cannot be anything but the divine. It strengthens our resolve and our ability to continue to release and to trust and to flow. And so this is kind of this. It's like it's safe to be free. It's safe to be free, okay? And in love relationships as well, right? In all relationships, we want to have the freedom to be who we are without feeling bound or tethered or restricted in any way, right? This is part of this authentic shining and being, the freedom to be and shine in whatever way we need to at any given moment, right? So this is kind of a beautiful, okay, let's get some love messages. You've got this. Yeah, you do. Okay, because you've seen enough, you've felt enough, you've experienced enough that you can let it go. You can go all in. You can trust in the divine. Shine bright like a diamond. Yeah, you've already gone through the alchemical process of turning yourself from coal into a diamond. Now it's just about shining. Now it's just about shining. That's the world that you're moving into. That's this reaping of what you have sown, the work. This is about harvesting and feasting on everything and celebrating and sharing and engaging and creating yummy things to eat and all of the things, right? You already put in the work of this tending and this, all the things. Okay. Be present. Yes. Don't lose sight of where you are at right now. All of these life is a collection of now moments. And so don't miss them, right? Don't be so caught up in the past or caught up in the future that you miss right now. So what, who was saying it? Duality, talking about going back into the present and spending time, with the animals. That was this one. Being present, right? And spending time with your pets, they bring you into the present moment. And so same with getting out into the forest and interacting with the trees and being present, noticing how water droplets are dripping off the tips of branches, or how the ferns are growing, and all the symbiosis that is happening in the forest floor, like whatever it takes to get you grounded and centered. And this is actually the perfect ripe nutrient soil to plant seeds in, when you are there, when you're in that now, when you are feeling all of the energized electrons, shooting around inside of your body. That's when you hold the vision. That's when you make the wishes. That's when you peer into the future, but in a way that is a feeling, right? Emotionally regulated, safe, held, loved, loving, all of the things. This is what you ground into your now, and this is what signals to the universe to bring it. Oh, she wants more of that. Oh, he wants more of that, right? Okay. Feel it to heal it. Yes, this is another part of the process of integration, of transformation, right? Is to see, observe whatever comes up for you whenever it comes up, and then ask the hard questions. Where is this coming from? Why is this here? What am I meant to see from it? This is those adversaries, those challenges, those things that come up against us. They are meant for us to overcome. And so examining them, instead of taking it personally, like, oh, every time I take a step, something else comes in front of me, This is that changing your perspective and recognizing these things as necessary hurdles that get you to the gold, okay? It's worth waiting for, okay? And I'm getting this sense from this, like, love, especially the twin flame journey. There's no rushing, and there's definitely no settling, right? You're not settling for scraps. You're not even settling for crumbs, okay? Yes, we had the whole crumbs leading you to pieces of cake, and then to the big cake in the spiritual realm. Very different from the breadcrumbing that, people who have no intention on ever allowing us access to a piece, let alone the whole freaking cake, knowing the difference, right? But this is not filling yourself up with scraps when the real thing exists. Okay. And ocean medicine. Okay, another beautiful way of being in the now and re-energizing yourself is going to the ocean. Beautiful, beautiful place to release things, to let things go. Beautiful place to feel it, to heal it, all of the things. Yes, yes. Okay. There is the reading for today. I hope that there were some good things in there for you to think about, to marinate upon. Okay, you got this. First and foremost, your time to shine bright like a diamond is like right there. Your harvesting season is coming in, coming in. Work on your balance, work on being present, work on feeling the love. Okay? Love you. And I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye for now.